Ryan Shedd here, and today I'll be dragging Trump voters behind the woodshed. I wanted to tell you a story to try to give context to you all about how important conflict of interests are for government workers. I maintained a secret security clearance for probably about 12 to 14 years of my career. And that was because I was working on aircrafts and aircraft carriers for the Air Force and Navy. In that, I developed a friendship with a guy that I was working with. So I was a contractor, and I was one of the supervisors on the contractor side. And my buddy was one of the bosses on the government side. So he worked directly for, the government, the Navy. I worked for a contract company stationed out of Texas. Now, one of the things in my contract as a contractor was that there was supposed to be no, what's the word I'm looking for? No relationships between us and the government workers. And the one thing I wanted to talk about is we used to go out to lunch, and like almost every day, and we started buying each other lunch. So one day he'd get it, next day I'd get it. It was just something we did. And one day, a bunch of our big bosses walk in. They all know I'm a contractor, and they all know that he's one of theirs. And we're getting ready to buy, and I'm getting ready to pay for both. And he taps me on the shoulder real quick, and I look over and I realize what was happening. And so we split the order real quick. But that's how serious they take this sort of thing, at least for most people. Apparently not when you're Donald Trump, but when you're most other people, they take conflict of interest seriously. So when I say, Donald Trump should have to divest from all of his businesses before, assuming office, that's one of the reasons why, because I know how it's supposed to work. When I say that Elon Musk should have to give up his two citizenships to Canada and South Africa, as well as divest himself from any of his businesses before starting to work for the Department of Government Efficiency, where he will be heading up deregulating tons of markets that he has businesses in, I say that because I know that that's how it's supposed to work. So you have people that wouldn't pass a security background check running our country who refuse to do what just about any other federal employee would have to do. That's why we're so upset. That's why I don't understand it. We sit here and tell you this is not normal, this is not okay. And Trump voters just shrug their shoulders and say you don't know what you're talking about, or you're overreacting, or you're triggered, or whatever. It's like, yes, I'm triggered because you guys are supporting this, and it's the hypocrisy. And you guys just laugh and you don't care. There's no good faith conversations to be had with these folks. It's done. It's over. So it's them versus us. It's time to pick a side.